Portal is a very well-known puzzle platformer released in 2007 by the video game company Valve. The game's staple feature is the portal gun, which you can use to navigate the test chambers in unique ways. This game has harbored a very large speedrun community, and I even started getting into speedrunning it recently. Now, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to attempt to beat the game in the least jumps possible. This was inspired by YouTuber NeverEndingFlame42, who recently released a video setting out with this exact task. He managed to beat the game in as little as 15 jumps. However, I wanted to take this a little bit further. I set out to not only decrease the number of jumps needed to complete the game, but also add in some speedrunning strats to make it a little faster. So, the game started out without really any trouble. There weren't really any obstacles that needed jumping in the first 16 test chambers, though it was annoying not being able to use most of the speedrun strats to save time. However, I snuck a few in. Test chamber 17 is when we start running into problems. At the beginning, you have to jump off of this cube to progress, using up 4 jumps right off the bat. Now, after this, you would normally need to solve the 3 puzzles in the level, which raises these platforms to jump on to get to the end. Neverending Flame found a neat way to get across these platforms using only 2 jumps. However, I took a completely different approach to the level. This level has several cameras that you can move and, more importantly, stand on. They can be found mounted to the walls and in this hidden area right here. I found that you could position these cameras in a specific way to get on top of them without jumping. I used this to get up here using only a single jump. Test chamber 18 also poses a problem. In order to progress, you need to retrieve a cube from this room, which would take 4 jumps in total. However, you can grab this camera and line it up in the middle of this door, causing it to jam when you briefly step on the button. This allows you enough time to place a portal on the other side of the door. The next problem happens in this part of the escape segment. You are forced to jump in order to get through this portal and progress. There is also a jump required to get on top of this hydraulic press that pushes you into a portal. This other part normally requires you to jump into a portal to get onto this press, but as Neverending Flame found, you can walk into a portal from this pipe. This would normally be very difficult, but I found a way to get it first try by strafing in the air. This is followed almost immediately by an unavoidable jump. The last problem happens right after you encounter the turret. Normally, you would break this pipe with the turret to get a cube and use that to jump into the vent. This uses up 2 jumps. However, you can place a portal on this wall, jump into a floor portal, and strafe into the event. This uses up 1 jump. At first I thought that was it, because just walking into the portal didn't seem to get enough momentum to get into the vent. But, using a trick called a reportal, I was able to get enough momentum. A reportal happens when you replace a portal right as you're going through it, giving you a speed boost. Now, I wouldn't consider this a glitch, as on speedrun.com, reportals are allowed in the glitches category. And that's the end of it. I've beaten Portal glitchless in only 8 jumps. I challenge Neverending Flame and anyone else willing to try to beat this.